Hi guys, Skypoint here. In today's video, I'm going to talk you through the deck I've been using on the ladder with Targutai Yesugei of the White Scars. This is based on the Master of the Storm deck from the event, but I've been able to improve on it a little and make it work better for the ladder. Okay, let's run through the cards. First off, we obviously have our Warlord, Targutai Yesugei. He's got 2 attack and only 30 health, but he has this unique little ability where you spend 2 energy and then you draw a card. If it's a tactic, then you deal 1 to 3 damage to a random enemy. And he has high initiative. So obviously his ability lends itself towards a deck which is very heavily leaning towards tactics. The original Master of the Storm deck had 17 tactics in it. I've re-engineered it to go up to 21. Let's run through the cards. We have a pair of drilling sights. Now these work really well with Yesugei's active energy ability because they really help to make sure that you can use him after playing another card. We have a pair of void engagements, which are a useful damage tactic and cycle through the deck, and of course since 2/3 of your deck is actual tactics, you have a high chance of actually triggering this card's ability. Swift Strike is a fantastic White Scars damaging tactic. Although it looks like it's supposed to be used against troops, I really like to sit on Swift Strike if I can, because it's very often part of my finishing combo on the enemy. Seek and Destroy is there to take out enemy troops. Wonders of Tizca is there to both heal you, because as a 30 health warlord you need every ounce of healing you can get, but also it helps to offset some of those annoying stunning abilities you'll face during the ladder. Informant Network is there for dealing with many of those tricky stealth units you see in ladder play. Golden Star Rhino, this was from the original deck, and it's a really great unit with fantastic synergy for Yesugei because of his low health. Protects him as well as it heals him. Pair of Korma Thunderhawks. So the original Master of the Storm deck had the other Thunderhawk for the White Scars. I don't have that, so I originally substituted this in, but then I found this just works better. Dealing 4 damage is just more useful, and the ability it has of drawing a vehicle from your deck can help you to cycle through and get the cards you need. Of course, just like with Swift Strike, you really want to try and hold off on the Thunderhawk until the end of the game because it's a fantastic finishing move on your enemy. We have a pair of Artillery Strikes, again mostly for anti-stealth. A pair of Mortar Strikes to try and hit the enemy warlord or cross your fingers and hit a tricky enemy unit. Manifest Destiny, very important for Yesugei because of his low health. Basically, you treat this as a bonus heal. Stormseer's Wisdom is another healing card. I do have 2 of these. I ended up putting in 1 of these and 1 Manifest Destiny because with Stormseer's Wisdom, there's a real danger of overdrawing and either filling up your hand completely or worse, actually working through your deck too fast and then decking yourself out and taking damage. Jubal Khan is the only legendary which I have for the White Scars, and if you don't have him, honestly just look for another 6 energy powerful unit to put in there. Now he's got this cool rally ability of dealing 3 points of damage, and then he can either spend 2 points of damage to 2 points of energy to damage the enemy warlord, well, to damage an enemy of your choice and return him to your hand, or you can just use him like a regular unit, up to you. Stormlance is there for hard removal, very, very important on the ladder. Eben Keshik is there mostly actually for the rally side of this. He's anti-stealth, but he's a very useful frontline troop as well. He's got a good amount of health, which means that a single breach card cannot kill him. Thunderhead Predator. This is clutch. This guy is really important in this deck. It's a common card, honestly it should be rare, because it is super useful. You get guaranteed 4 points of damage, although it goes to a random enemy, so you have to engineer the situation a little bit, and then if it survives, it's a huge threat the enemy has to focus on taking out. And then I have Uhan Solban, which is a frontline vehicle with a nice rally effect, and for now I have a Plainslord in there. Honestly, if I had 2 of the Uhan Solbans, I would put them in and take the Plainslord out, but it's still a useful card. You'll see in some of these matches it works out for me from time to time. But honestly, I would rather have Uhan Solban. Alright, that's the deck. Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the key matches. We're going to be focusing on matches which I had against Primarch type warlords. So let's go ahead and kick off with the most exciting match, which is against Constantine Valdor. Alright, so we start off, and this is actually a pretty good hand for me. I like to have units in my starting hand, because that means I've got more tactics in my deck, which means it's more likely when I use his ability that I'm going to draw a tactic. Drilling Sight is just too useful. I am going to keep that in my hand. You usually don't want more than one Drilling Sight in your hand though. I've got high initiative, so I go first. So I'm just going to go ahead and use Yesugei's ability. It pulls out a tactic, which is Void Engagement, and that's great because next turn I can use his ability again and play Void Engagement. Constantine just ended up drawing a card. So let's do this. Use his ability. It's a tactic. 2 more points of damage. Drop a Void Engagement on him. It's another tactic. So have some more damage, buddy. Alright. So that health gap between us has gone from 10 to 5. He's continuing to build up his hand. That's probably important to him because of the Sentinel effect. But while he's doing that, I'm just going to drop another tactic on him, which brings us to equal health. Use that Drilling Sight now, and use my ability one more time, and I get another tactic. So I am now in the lead on health. Alright, now he's getting into play. He puts down a tough frontline troop. What I'm going to do here is hit it with Seek and Destroy. I don't want to kill it because I want that Sentinel mechanic to stop him from drawing a troop. So I'm just going to use Void Engagement to pull another card which damages him some more. Then use my ability which pulls out another tactic. And that's perfect. He is hit by Sentinel, so he didn't draw a card. Now he's forced to use a card in order to do that. He used Abandoned Supplies. He hits me with his troop, who now dies, and he takes a little bit of lead on health again. This time I was a little bit low on options, so I played the Thunderhawk gunship, Korma Thunderhawk, hit Valdor over there, and used my ability to pull out another card. Okay, so he brings out his jet bikes. He's probably sitting on those to try and kill my units, but he's starting to think I have no units at all. And another troop with flank. I want to take out the jet bike, but let's take a look here. Let's attack the jet bike, and that's it. Oh, we can use Drilling Sight now. There we go. And that gives us enough energy to take out the jet bike. I leave the other troop alive because it has Sentinel and it's going to stop him from drawing a card. There we go. No card draw for him. He goes ahead. He's trying to take out my frontline troop. And oh, no surprises. He brings out Hunting Eagles, which wipes it out using that first strike ability. And puts me in a bit of a tough situation. Now he's got more health than me and board control. I'm gonna drop the Thunderhead Predator. Honestly, I was hoping the Predator would hit him. Sorry, would hit the Hunting Eagles, because then I would risk the damage and hit them with my Warlord. Ooh, good thing I didn't do that. He had another Hunting Eagles waiting. But he is gonna whack me hard again, so now it feels like he's in control. He's got enough there to kill me next turn. Alright. We're going to use the Thunderhawk to take out one of these guys. There we go. And that leaves me with enough energy to drop a Protective Rhino, which will heal myself. And the Rhino will need to probably get killed by the Hunting Eagle now. Just keep the pressure on him. No point giving him an easy ride. Oh, no, he did it differently. He used Censure, which means he's going to kill the Rhino with Constantine, which means my Warlord faces that 6 attack completely, and he's even got Halls of Terror to refill his energy. So he hits me hard. I'm left on 3 health. He has Benediction, so he heals himself completely, and he can play the next unit for free. Oh, and the next card, he's playing Apotheosis. Ooh, this is tough. Alright, let's take a look. What am I going to do here? Okay, step 1. knock out that hunting eagle. It's got to go now. Alright, and step 2, let's defend myself, because one more hit from him would have killed me, so this is making things a bit safer. Paragon Spear, so now he's really going to start throwing out the damage from next turn. He uses the Aphori, and then he hits me. Okay, not good. I've got no more frontline troops. Alright, here's what we're going to do. Manifest Destiny gives me the ability to survive at least one more turn from him. Wonders of Tiska to heal myself up a bit more. And let's drop my second Wonders of Tiska as well. And lastly, to try and make sure he doesn't trigger his Reckoning ability by killing my troops, I'm going to let my troops die on him. Oh my god, look at that big demon. Here comes the lightning blow. And he hits me once. And he hits me twice. Ouch. Alright, I've got 5 health left, and he's got the ability to do, including the lightning blow, he could have done a lot of damage to me. 7 plus 8, 15 damage. But I got a frontline troop in play with a useful effect of lowering his attack. So he's really trying to get rid of that. He knows if he can just get one turn in which he can hit me, it's all over. So he goes ahead and wipes out the frontline troop. And he hits me hard. He is so close to beating me now. Except, unfortunately for him, I got a Mortar Strike. But I also had Thunderhead Predator and Swift Strike. So, nice try, Valdor, but no cigar for you. Okay, so that one worked out pretty neat for me. Let's go ahead and take a look at another great one I had against a Primarch with Targutai Yesugei. In this match, we are against my old nemesis, Konrad Curze. So, as I said in the last video, I like to start with vehicles in my hand, so I'm doing a mulligan, putting away these tactics. Not vehicles, sorry, I like to start with troops in my hand, of any type. But I didn't quite get that, I started another set of 3 tactics. So let's just go ahead and start using my ability. Hit Konrad Curze for 2 damage by pulling a tactic out. He pulls Abandoned Supplies. And he hits me. Great. So, he is still 8 points of health ahead of me, down from 10 points originally. Use my ability, draw a tactic, he's now only 5 points ahead. Oh, that's not good. Now he lowers my attack and hits me with his troop. Okay, he's down to being 9 points ahead of me, and he has, 9 points ahead of me, and he has a troop on the board. So use my ability to draw a card. Just use Seek and Destroy to get rid of that guy. Now I'm going to use Drilling Sight and Wonders of Tiska to heal up a little bit. So now he's going to be just 7 points ahead of me. Still, not as far as where we started, because he's a 40 health warlord and I'm a 30 health warlord. Oh god, he brings another fast troop in. He hits me, 7 point gap still. Hits me again, and now there's an 11 point gap between us. Jubal Khan's coming next turn, interesting. Use my ability, pulls out Swift Strike, which hits him. Fantastic. And that's it. I'm going to sit on Swift Strike for now. Well, I guess I'm forced to sit on it because he's buried it back into my deck. That did use up all his energy for the turn. So that means my main man, Jubal Khan, can make an appearance now. So he goes in for 6 energy, deals 3 points of damage. And what I'm hoping to do is lure out that Dreadnought of his to put Cannot Attack on him. Unfortunately, I'm not getting that. This guy takes the 5 damage to bring him Jubal Khan to 4 health and finishes him off with his fast troop. 7 energy turn. I was saving Ebon Keshig in case he turns into Night Haunter, so I'm going to just use my ability, which did some damage, and heal up. And now we are even on health. Okay, he brings in a troop and Rule of Fear. Great. Bye-bye to my troop. Lowers my attack, it hits me, he's 1 point of health ahead. Alright, so this is a chance to cycle through my deck a little. So use Swift Strike on that troop to draw another card, which is another Swift Strike. Drop a Golden Star Rhino and heal myself. Use my ability, damage him a little bit more. So okay, I'm technically in the lead, but he's 2 turns away from becoming the Night Haunter. Uses Dirty Fighter to draw a card. And he brings out a Goldstones, and looks like he's trying to go for me here. Yeah, he lowers my attack enough that Goldstones will not die. Alright. Ooh, Thunderhead Predator. Okay, yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do here. Let's take a look. Now that he's got no troops on the board, I can drop the Thunderhead Predator to do 4 points of damage to him. Use my Void Engagement to draw a card. It's a tactic, so 2 more points of damage to him. And now I can hit him. So, okay, so next turn he is in danger of dying. He brings out his Dreadnought and gives cannot attack to my vehicles to sort of mitigate that danger of dying. And he attacks me there. Alright, what do we do? I am going to try this. Let's drop a Mortar Strike. Oh, and it hits Konrad Curze. And that means I can just use a Swift Strike to finish him off. That's another match there showing Yesugei working through his deck in order to make sure he's got the right cards for the right situation. And the last match we're going to see here is against Alpharius. So putting away my cards, I probably should have kept the Planeslord, to be honest. That was a mistake. But I did get Jubal Khan and a couple of tactics. So let's go ahead with this. We're going to first use my ability that draws a card. Unfortunately, no tactic. He pulls out a Secret Operative early. Wow. That's going to be hard to kill. So let's do this. We're going to use Wonders of Tiska on the Secret Operative. Now this was a mistake. I should have just actually saved it and used Golden Star Rhino to bounce that guy back, but whatever. He's drawing a trap. Well, he's playing the trap he drew in turn 1. Drawing another trap. And he's giving me another trap. My turn begins. I draw Seeds of Betrayal. One of those traps came up immediately, which means I draw 3 cards, and because of the Secret Operative, I take 1 point of damage for each of those, plus 1 point when I drew the Seeds of Betrayal. 4 points of damage instantly. Wonderful.
It's too late to
I'm 9 points behind him. Alright, here's a Golden Star Rhino to bounce him now. Use a Drilling Sight to give me a bit more energy. And just use my ability to do something to him. 1 point of damage. He's currently 8 points ahead of me. He started 5 points ahead. Giving me another trap. Another trap. And oh, he creates another trap. I think that means, yes, I got another trap. Woo! Alright. So, he's got 24 cards, I've got 24 cards, but I've been drawing a bunch like crazy. Unfortunately, my entire deck is based around drawing cards. I've got a bad feeling about this. Let's go ahead. I'm going to give him back his... Well, let's give him the Void Engagement. There we go. I drew another one of those traps, so now I'm down to 20 health. Got my Planeslord. It did hit him, so 7 points ahead.
We shall learn from that strategy.
Let's give him the Sleeper Operative now. And use Drilling Sight to use Informant Network. Why did I do that? That was not a great move. I think I was just trying to empty out cards in my hand. I should have used the Artillery Strike there. Oh well, he at least, after all that and the Secret Operative triggering, he took a bunch more damage. He was 5 points ahead of me. Alright. Turn 6. I get a Storm Lance, good. We're going to drop Jubal Khan and use him to take out his troop. And that's almost all. We attack him directly. So he's 3 points ahead of me right now. 2 points ahead after the Secret Operative triggered. But now he let the Secret Operative die. He creates another trap. And he gives me a trap. What else is he doing? He gives a secret order to Jubal. Now this is where I feel like people have not really understood what Jubal does. Because he's giving secret orders to a troop which I can spend energy to just bounce back to my hand while doing damage. So let's go ahead and do that. Jubal does 5 points of damage, comes back to my hand. I don't have many options. I don't want my hand size to be too big, so I'm going to drop that Thunderhawk gunship on his head and then attack him directly. 9 points, so I'm 7 points ahead of him finally. Oh, look at that stealthy boy. And more traps for me. And he reveals himself to be Alpharius, which means he heals 5 more points. He's only 2 points behind me, but he's got a fantastic legendary troop on the board. Another trap comes up for me. It's destroy a troop. Luckily I have no troops. Okay, we're going to just drop the Thunderhead Predator now. And go ahead and hit him. Giving me more traps. I think he's worried about that Thunderhead Predator. Quite rightly. Oh no, he's not. He just uses his ability there to hit me. He draws a card. Okay, does he have the ability to... No, he's going hard for me. Interesting. Okay, I think that was his last mistake. Yeah, we're going to use an artillery strike to damage him and finish off his troop. Then we're going to attack him with a Thunderhead Predator. And lastly, we can finish him off with a Mortar Strike for a little bit of overkill. Boom. Alright, so that was my build for Targutai. So, as I said, I've been playing him on the ladder. He's been working. Obviously, as a 30 health warlord, he is not top tier. I was struggling to break much past 3,500 with him at the end of last season. But he does seem quite workable on early Terra. And who knows, perhaps as my White Scars collection improves with more of their legendaries, I might be able to do even better with him. Alright, so here's the deck. One last time. The very tactic-heavy deck. 21 tactics, only 9 troops. And that's so that you can really try and throw out as much damage as possible while using Targutai's ability. Just watch out, make sure your hand size is not getting too big, because at some point you have to stop using his ability and just start playing those cards out of your hand. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned, I've got more content coming up soon this week. Alright, bye for now everyone.